Hello and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me again, and today is going to be a recap on what has happened with me and the channel on YouTube in the last 12 months. And the thing that I know you're going to be most interested in is how much have I earned? It's crazy. However, what I want to do today is talk about what's been working, what hasn't been working, monetary wise, what's happened, how much we've been paid and in what way we've been paid, and also what the future might hold for the channel as well, because I am quite excited about it and I am enjoying it, but it has very quickly become a bit of a beast of its own sort of terms. So let's get into the details and tell you what I've earned and what I've done in the last year on YouTube. Okay, so I started this channel about a year ago, but worryingly, I've had the YouTube channel for 16 years, which is quite scary actually. And basically, I set it up when I was a lot younger to upload videos of cars launching at racetracks, because I am obviously a petrol head. Now, it was about a year ago that we were doing some stuff on TikTok, and a couple of really good guys on YouTube reached out and said, look, you don't want to be doing TikTok, mate, you want to be doing YouTube, and this is why. Kind of talked me into doing it. So I launched the first video 12 months ago, pretty much to the day, which was a review of a Jaguar F-Type V8. Beautiful car. And it did okay. So let's have a look at some of the videos that did okay at the start. So here it is. This is the first video that dropped a year ago, and I really enjoyed doing it. And I think that's kind of the key to what we've been doing on YouTube, is genuinely I enjoy it. So it got 7,000 views and we got 11 subscribers off the back of it, which was great because we'd started off at 270. The estimated revenue on that video was £15.50. Now, we weren't actually monetized at this point, and it took about 2 months to get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, which is kind of the threshold for when you actually start earning money on YouTube. So although it did £15.50, a lot of it wasn't paid for because it was in the first sort of couple of months. Either way, very pleased with that. Now, I have dropped lots of different videos on the channel. Some have worked, some haven't worked, and some have been a little bit cringy, to be honest. And there have been times where I've pulled videos because I've put them out there, and within a couple of hours I'm reading the comments going, I probably took that a little bit too far. Decided to pull the videos out. So we even did one recently about racing a horse against a BMW M2. It didn't go down well. Wasn't my sort of content. It was something that we filmed on a track day one time and I thought it'd work. Anyway, some subscribers have managed to see this because I've got the bell icon on. So obviously it's a little bit of a nudge to you to turn the bell icon on if you're a subscriber, because I still make mistakes and videos still get released, which I decide an hour or two later, probably I should pull that. There've been other ones that have flopped in the meantime. So I took a bit of time off, and it was kind of from November, December, January, February, straddling over the year end. And the reason I did that is because I bought a house that I needed to do up in time to move into, in time to have a baby. And there's nothing I could do about it. I had to stop, which is frustrating because I'm trying to look at the last 12 months and there was a big gap there where not a lot happened. Now, what I did do is try to keep in touch with the community by putting videos up about the house build, and it just didn't go well, to be honest. People didn't enjoy them. It's not what the channel's about. We're here for cars and car content. So for example, there's one here. I did all right, actually, to be fair, 15,500 views. And this is the one where I bought the house and I was doing a first sort of walk around tour of it. I earned £86 on that. So it was still kind of worth doing, and we gained 40 subscribers. That's surprising, actually. I'd not looked at that for a while. But either way, there's been a few mistakes that have been made along the way. But what I have noticed is that videos that do well always involve me having a problem. Now, the good news is on the channel, it is run around a car dealership, and a car dealership's job is to sell second-hand cars to the general public with lots and lots of moving mechanical parts in which will go wrong, and customers that maybe have expectations above and beyond what we can deliver on a second-hand car that's done 90,000 miles. Anyway, there's always going to be content on the back of that. And when you look at what videos have done the best, these are the ones that have performed the best for me. So we've got We Buy Any Car video where We Buy Any Car didn't like the car anymore and returned it to the customer. That did 135,000 views. Really pleased with that. Auto Trader's Lost the Plot. That video did 120,000 views. And then another one about a customer that ripped me off big time. They got another 120,000 views. So we've had some big hitters up there. Now, the connotation around those tends to be negative. However, it's just telling stories about what's going on. So it works for me anyway. There have been some videos that have done well, have been positive, but the general trend is if Rob makes a mistake, Rob does a video that does well. Now, when I say do well, if we look at this We Buy Any Car video and go on the analytics, that video made £600 in one video and we gained 1,600 subscribers. It's still doing well now. We've had 1,000 views in the last 48 hours. So that's really positive, and that's one thing that I've noticed about YouTube is videos do still continue to do well. If you look at this, so this is after 56 days of the video going live, we had another run of viewers. So once it's out there, they still sort of seem to perform okay. Some of them not. So that's kind of some of the good videos, some of the bad videos, but I know what you really want to know, which is how much money have we made over the last year. Well, let me talk you through it. So this is the YouTube Studio Analytics page, and it is brilliant and incredibly addictive, especially when you're into numbers, which I am, being previously financial advising. This shows you the total amount of views the channel has had over the last 365 days, which is 2.3 million, near enough. So 2284580, which is incredible. Now, what it shows you on here as well is what we've earned on each day that we've been on YouTube for. So they were peaking at around about 80 quid a day was sort of the sweet spot for the best I was getting. But usually you're sort of earning 18, 20 quid, 25 quid, whatever. So it's not a huge amount on a daily basis, but then neither is an earned income really. You know, you've had it up daily. Now you can see on here there was a big gap where I took time off work, and there was a few videos that we sort of put out to just try and keep the content going, but it just wasn't doing very well, and we were averaging at one point a couple of quid a day. Now, since I've got back from my sabbatical, should we call it, at a point where I had to buy this house, do it up, have a baby, sell my flat, all sorts of stuff going on that basically we pretty much had to close the business and just do that in order to get it done. When I came back, I decided we're going to really go for it. And you can kind of see around about this point here, so the end of March, where I've thrown myself at it again properly. You can see actually why YouTubers have started to take on sponsorship deals, and we've done a couple of bits in the past, not made a lot of money from it. And you can see where they started doing the car raffles, which we've tried to do, which is absolutely bombing at the moment. So I'm doing an Audi TT raffle. Basically what we've said is we'll give some money to charity as part of the profits. I look to lose around about £1,000 on that car. Fortunately, still got a month left to run, nearly, so we might still turn a profit on that and we can give some to charity and someone wins a car for 2 quid and all that sort of stuff. Now, as part of the celebrations for what we're doing here, what I am going to do, and yes, it's a bit of a plug for the raffle, but I'm going to give everyone a free ticket. So it sounds ridiculous, but everyone that's been viewing the videos, any subscribers that have been watching, I want everyone to have a chance. So if you've bought a ticket, you're still getting a free one anyway. So it's a level playing field in that respect, but there's going to be a promo code underneath me here. If you go into the raffle, put the code in, you've got a chance of getting a car for free. If you want to buy some more tickets while you're there, that will really help the channel and it will go towards charity as well. Option is yours. People get really focused on how many subscribers they've got on YouTube, and for me it's really important because over my right shoulder I would love, in that little space on my wall, to have a plaque saying 100,000 subscribers. And I'm targeting myself, this time next year I want 100,000. It doesn't earn you any money because you get paid off the views, not the subscribers, but I really would like to see a plaque on my wall, which is total vanity, but I don't care. Subscriber count as it stands today is 22,935, which is way more than I expected. And truly, I mean this, if you've subscribed, thank you. It means a lot because it's validation for what I'm doing in the background. So I really appreciate it. Now, what's interesting on YouTube is you can look at the timeline and you can see who subscribed and when. And it's really interesting because this is the point here where I had that time off work and it's like a massive flat spot. And then you've got a point here, which is quite interesting. This is where we started at about 270-ish. Is it 270? Yeah. Then I appeared on a couple of podcasts, so that kind of really helped. And then we were putting out content, and at this point, it went quiet because I had that time off work, which was a shame. Now, when you look when I've come back, we've had a real ramp. So we've done well over 10,000 subscribers in the last 90 days alone. So I'm thrilled with that number, and I love this screen because as you get subscribers on there, it constantly ticks up. Sometimes I have it open on my desktop, which is a little bit sad really, isn't it? We did at this point, when we were getting 10,000, I remember sitting, Callum and we watched this, it was just at the end of the year, we watched the subscriber count tip over 10,000. It was amazing. Now, the one thing I would say about this whole thing is that it's made me feel really good about myself. some of the comments and some of the feedback has been amazing. So I know we're going to go into the numbers and money in a second, but validation for you doing a good job and validation for people enjoying what you're doing is honestly probably worth more than the money, but the money's still been good. And I'm about to go into that in a second. Look, we've just got another subscriber there. I was really hoping that was going to happen. Right, so let's dive in to the money because I know you're really interested to see that. Let's go on to it. Do you want to know how much we've earned in total over the last 12 months on YouTube? It is £9,896.49. 10 grand, which is not to be sniffed at. Now that's mega, and it's genuinely not the reason I'm doing it. And I mean this, I'm doing it because I'm enjoying it, but that is absolutely mega. Now you can see why that really isn't enough for someone to do it as a full-time basis, but for me it's enough to make it worthwhile putting the time in. What's really exciting on this isn't that number over the last year, it's the number over the last 3 months. So if we look over the last 90 days, we've done 6,000 quid, which is 2 grand a month. And that's the 90 days that I've really focused on it and started pushing. Now, when you end up employing someone to do the media stuff, which I've done in the background, all of a sudden that is basically a salary. And I have tied him onto a bonus scheme as well, Alex, so it's actually going to work out worse than that. So what's the future going to look like? First of all, I'm hoping we hit 100,000 subscribers. I really do. I know that Alex is tied onto a bonus for subscribers, and I know that's a stupid thing to do because I don't get paid for people that subscribe. We only get paid if people watch the video. But I really hope that we get to a point where we're at 100K. I think that's really exciting. Also, what I'd like to do is I would like to earn some money myself out of YouTube at some point. So I've got it set in my head over the next 12 months. I would like to make £10,000 for myself out of YouTube. And that's net of buying camera equipment. It's net of buying cars for content or whatever we need to do and losses that we're incurring by creating content. And net of obviously paying a media team as well. Should we call Alex a team? He'll like that. Head of media. So it'd be great to see some proper earnings coming out of it myself. But crucially, I'm going to keep doing it because I enjoy it. I enjoy the feedback and I enjoy dealing with subscribers and buying cars and so like the feedback that we're getting on the videos. It's really exciting. So there you go. That's my last 12 months. I'm hoping that was a 10-minute video. I'm hoping I've not waffled on too much, but I just wanted to say truly, and I really mean this once again, thank you everybody for their support. Last year was difficult, I had some pretty rough moments, but this year's looking really positive and there's loads of great stuff to take from YouTube. For example, losing 4 stone. And thanks for everyone who's pointed that out. That's 6 months, it's taken a long time, but it's been worth it. Thanks for joining me once again. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Be great to see that number jump up again. And thank you for joining me on the journey so far. I really hope you look forward to what's happening over the next 12 months because I'm really looking forward to it. And I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.